Good morning. It's Dr. Vibe here, host and producer of the award-winning Dr. Vibe Show, the home of Epic Conversations, and I'm the host of Epic Conversations. 2020 Best Podcast News Award winner, 2018 Innovation Award winner given out by the Canadian Ethnic Media Association. I also co-host and co-produce the only online show in the world for dads and fathers that's sponsored by Dove Men Plus Care. Also, I am a featured content creator for the Indie Soup TV Media Network, which you see right there, which is based out of the U.S., hosted by our dear friend Dr. Tachi, has about 27 content creators. I also sit on the advisory board, and the reach of that network is over 1 million people, and in 3 months, they have 11,000 YouTube subscribers. Really, really impressive. So it's the morning vibe. It's Ryan Knight. Good morning, Ryan Knight. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Always good to see you, Dr. Vibe. And yes, not sure how people did with their Buy Blacks Restaurant Week, but tummy is full.
With oxtail.
For those that don't know.
With oxtail, right?
Hey, ended it off with a bang at Laz Authentic Cuisine for their braised oxtail.
When did you go?
Sauce.
When did you go there?
Just last night. We went with the family. Yeah, for the last day of Restaurant Week. We went because I know the kickoff that Roger was at on Monday, May the 20th, was at Laz. So that was great. But we were at Scott Hill. But yeah, during the week, got to check out a few places like Blessings-licious. And where else did we go? Vegan Delights. So, got to hop around the city a little bit. And shout out to Charmaine Hussey, who went to Fatou's in New Brunswick. So that was great. Got to see some pictures of them having some wonderful food and having a good time.
Good.
But real quick, for those that hear me rambling and don't remember who I am, Ryan Knight, one of the co-founders of the Afro Caribbean Business Network, and and we support entrepreneurs of African and Caribbean heritage. I am also an entrepreneur. I run a company called Detailing Nights, which provides mobile waterless car cleaning. And we run a youth entrepreneurship program during the summer where the first training day is tonight. So last chance, if you do have a teenager or a young adult that is looking for a job this summer, the only way to get hired into Detailing Nights is to go through the training, which is happening from Monday to Friday in the evenings at 7:30. So if they're interested, I'll definitely send out the registration links on my socials. But beyond that, training starts tonight, and we'll see who makes it to the end on Friday. And then the program starts June the 8th.
Now, is the training in person or virtual?
Oh, wait. The volume went way low for a second there.
Okay, no problem. All right, for the people who are on live right now, good morning, Fitness IQ. Morning. Good morning, JJ Mars. That's all right. Happy Memorial Day in the Happy Memorial Day, created by former U.S. slaves to honor dead Civil War soldiers. So it is a Memorial Day in the United States. So in the U.S., it's the unofficial start of summer, where in Canada, our unofficial start of summer was last weekend during our idle weekend. So, well, how is the weather in the Colorado area, JJ Mars? Give us an update. Okay, it looks like Ryan is having some technical difficulties. Yeah, it looks like Ryan is having some tech difficulties. All right.
Yeah, I can hear you, but I have to fix my speaker because it's on my side.
Okay, no worries. Can you still hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's been going on? We haven't seen you since last Monday because last Friday you were in an event, weren't you?
Yeah, and during the week there was a big summit, the Affordable Housing Summit, from technically Thursday till Sunday. So shout out to the Scarborough Business Association, so Sean Allen and his team there, Craig Slowly, and I mean many others that helped to put this event on. Definitely a large undertaking, but had really great panelists and speakers talking about different strategies to tackle affordable housing. The modular homes panel was interesting to me, like how to almost mass produce, but then it does raise the question, do you want just cookie cutter mini homes in the city regulated by the federal government? But it is definitely a way to get houses built faster. So it's, do we just let the developers run wild, or do we,
Uh,
it's a interesting balance that you need, right? But I saw like Rosemary Powell from the Toronto Community Benefits Network. She was on one of the panels. But ACBN, we had our booth in the trade show and the career fair, so it was really well done. And they had a modular home on site that you got to see, which was really compact, but you can see it had all the elements, the bed upstairs and the living quarters. It's, tiny homes, they can fit for certain lifestyles. I can see some bachelors not minding being in a small.
not for a family, right?
It'd be tricky, yeah.
Okay. Just an update on the comments here. JJ Mar says, nice day today. Thank you. Ryan Allardyce, another Ryan, says, hello, Dr. Vibe and Ryan. Ryan Allardyce, did you go on a trip? Because I follow you on Instagram and it's you showing all these pictures. So I want to know if you want a trip. Frequency Event Promotion says, good day, Dr. Vibe and Ryan. Also, Wayne Harris says, morning, gents. We have a Gala King sighting.
Right.
So what? So in your mind, was the conference well attended?
Wait, what about it?
But was the conference well attended?
Yes, because it was interesting. It was in two different locations at the Scarborough UFT campus. So there was the main, I would say, theater style presentation section in the, oh my gosh, AC 223 room. And then in Highland Hall, where the actual trade show was. So it was definitely a lot of people coming through.
Okay, sorry, I just had to put myself on mute. I have Carolyn on the phone. She's not in the room yet, so no problem. All right.
Oh,
so
gotcha.
No problem. Talk a little bit more about it while I speak with Carolyn on the phone, okay?
Oh, for sure. And one thing I wanted to give a shout out to all the other vendors. There were a lot of interesting types of businesses that happen in construction. One person that was also there, Flick Fireworks, that we had on the show. So she's there talking about how to hire in the fireworks industry. So a lot of jobs are in that industry that we are missing. So if you know somebody also looking for a job and might be interested in becoming a licensed fireworks, I don't know if you call them a pyrotechnician. I didn't catch the exact name, but that would be a good opportunity. I saw the Navy was there talking about opportunities for youth to do almost like a gap year. So after high school, you can start thinking about getting into the Navy, and you can kind of almost test it out for a year to see if it's a fit. But beyond that, a lot of different construction ideas and ways to build modular homes, as I mentioned. But another large event that happened on the weekend was the Black North Gala. I forget the theme name of the gala, but that was on Saturday.
I didn't even know it was on. No, getting back to the housing thing, Flick Fireworks, who we've had on before.
Yes.
She actually invited me to the golf and social, and she's an energy. She's meeting everybody. She is meeting everybody, and yeah, she is really making inroads in her industry.
Right.
So
she's saying the industry is booming.
It is.
That is where, and it's something that we typically don't think about getting into. And she was saying, it's like, yeah, we'll watch the fireworks go off, but never really think of the behind the scenes. and she was showing me some of the setups that they do and how you have to wire everything. It's wild. So that is something that is in demand. So our children that are going to school and looking for work can learn a skill like this and be in demand. So there are a lot of options that we have to keep open and start to think deeper on.
That's amazing. No, I didn't make it to the housing thing because I knew it was on, but I didn't get a proper invitation till the day before. So I just said, can't make it because I already booked up. So on Saturday, and Wayne Harris will love this, I actually went golfing.
Okay, nice. So you caught the bug on the Thursday.
Well, no. Well,
do you golf often?
I don't golf often, and part of me says I shouldn't have went. Part of me says I'm glad I went because it was rainy and damp, and people have been falling for the last few weeks. I've had a bit of a cough, sinus thing. Last Thursday, I actually, for the first time, went into a walk-in clinic to get some antibiotics, but I also got another advisor on my team who's providing me a remedy that I'm going to get to today but I've never had a health challenge last as long as this. But I'm hearing a number of people that have this cough thing going on. Like a very good associate of mine, he's had it for 2 or 3 weeks. He had to go to a walk-in clinic, get antibiotics. Another gentleman I know, not feeling well. One of my team members, she's got it. So there's something going on in regards to that. But the golfing was okay. Did a 9-hole. My first shot ended up going onto the street. And I said, it's got to get better. So about So about the third hole, it was a par 4, par 5. And I think it was a par 4. And I said, you know what? I got to do something good today. So I drove it and got it within a few feet on the green on one shot.
Okay. Hey, so
there's a hope.
Some magic in there.
Yes, but my best moment, there was a par 3, and the challenge is the tee off within about 30 yards. There's a big lake. I said, I don't want to I don't want to put a ball in the lake. So I said, I just focus. Drove it. It was a par 3. I drove it. I got on the green. I hit 3 shots, par 3 on that hole. Yes.
All right. Yes.
Yes. That was my my one shining moment. But it was a lot of fun. And next time I'll certainly go when the weather's better. But there was 4 of us, and the lady said, hey, if it keeps on raining, you can cancel and we'll book it for another time. I said, I'll be okay. I don't know. Part of me says glad I went. Part of me said, but it was a lot of fun. And yesterday I had a chance to co-host an event for 50 new Canadians.
Okay.
And many of them from African countries. I'd say 3/4 of them from African countries.
So because who was putting on that event?
I was at a church. They had asked me to come in, but I've become very passionate about helping new Canadians. And the funny thing is, I got up and did my thing, and then this lady came over, not melanated, and she took me back, and she was from Poland, and we had a great conversation for about half an hour. It was so amazing. So like our friend that's coming on today, she has a passion to help those who are disadvantaged or not having the blessings that we have. So it was really, really, really good. So we got to catch up on comments. So Frequency Event Promotion says housing support is an important topic and climbing issue in the city that is growing by the millisecond. I think it's an issue right across this country. Not just in this city. Opal Inspired, good morning, everybody. Ryan Allardyce says, yes, I went on a trip. I could have used the health advice coming up on this episode. So here's another person whose health is nice. Challenge. Wayne Harris, somewhere in the trees on that golf course is an injured bird or squirrel that was hit from an errant ball. Tiger plywood is on the tree. I was trying to remember the nickname you gave me. Yeah.
Hey, I think Wayne's talking from experience out of all the squirrels that he's damaged.
I think what we got to do is get yourself, myself, Roger Dundas, and a few others. We do a golfing afternoon or golfing day. The only thing is no video.
Okay, right. Yes.
And Fitness IQ says at least no one had to say duck. You're rude. Well, what we did do is, believe it or not, and this is funny, we were a little bit slower, and what we did is the more experienced golfers, we let them pass us.
Right. Yeah.
And then they noticed that we were going a little slow, so they have a person called the marshal. He sort of like oversees what's going on during the course. Like after the second hole, he drives up and say, hey, here. So he gave me a free set of clubs to use that day.
Okay, nice.
I was borrowing someone else's clubs, and he said no, and that was so cool. So yes, planning to go back probably the end of June. So yeah, I got a little bit of a bug. It was good. 9's okay. I don't know if I could do 18. The guys I went to, they love 18. I go, that's a whole day, family.
That is a lot of walking, man.
Well, we had carts.
Even still.
Yeah, I know. But it was a lot of fun.
18's a long day, yeah.
It was fun. But yeah. Anything else going on in your world, sir?
Nah, we're really focused on the Detail Ignite youth program, the summer programs coming up. So a lot of behind the scenes admin work needing to be done. And of course, ACB, I know this Friday we have the Black Women's Collective in partnership with Allison. They're doing their Black Women Entrepreneurs Networking event in Durham at Eileen's, oh my gosh. So Brent and Eileen's Grooming and Gentlemen venue.
Okay, hold on a second. And I spoke with her and she said, yeah, it's women only. I said, I'd love to come and do a session. She goes, I don't know if they're ready for it, but you're having it a man's place. That's okay. That's okay. Pop quiz before we go on break. What was what on Saturday there was a 4-year anniversary of an event. Did anyone know what it was?
40 years?
4-year.
Oh, fourth. Oh, who was that? I don't remember.
It was a worldwide thing, caused a lot of protests, a lot of activism, caused companies to start donating money to certain.
Oh boy, is it the George Floyd thing? It's been 4 years? Wow.
4 years ago, this past Saturday, George Floyd was killed, murdered.
Right.
And it's funny, I didn't hear as much talk about it as I thought I would.
Gotcha. Yeah,
yeah, and it's interesting because yesterday on Black Canada Talking with Cesar, which again, thank you, Ryan, for making me aware of my audio challenges yesterday. We got it right, but myself and Cesar Nadima Musa, we spent a good part of the last part of the conversation talking about, aftermath.
Right.
What has changed in the last 4 years?
That is a great question. What really has changed?
Right? Are blacks or Africans better 4 years ago than now? A lot of the programs that were proposed to be put in place, some of them never happened. And now if you look in the United States, there's a lot of pullback on those programs, affirmative action, etc. So what is the future after George Floyd after 4 years? Just Absolutely. A thought. All right, we're going to take it to break, and we'll be back in a few moments. Actually, okay, hold on a second. Okay, Fitness IQ says it's probably because it's the same Memorial Day weekend. So distraction, that I don't know about that. That's if Memorial Day weekend, okay, but come on, what his death happened on Memorial Day weekend. There was a lot of noise then.
Gotcha.
I'm not saying, I'm just saying. Simple as that. But yeah, and put in the comments, family, how are things 4 years after George Floyd? I think we need to host a conversation about that. The next time we have an open date on the Morning Vibe, we need to chat about that. And maybe invite some people to come on about that and have like a round table about that. Your thoughts?
I think that'd be a great conversation. And really to see what progress has been made to get different perspectives would be good.
All right. Good morning, Matthias Daniel. Thank you for stopping by the Morning Vibe. Okay, we're going to take a break.
Yeah, Matthias. He's
Yeah,
from C, the Center for. Oh my gosh.
Okay, we're going to let you go and try to remember it. We're going to let you get the answer on break, all right? All right, so we'll be back in 2 minutes.
You know, and that's what I feel like. You feel like you're the Harriet Tubman of the mind.
I am.
I feel like I'm the I'm one of the Harriet Tubmans of intelligent Black people. Like, I want to liberate y'all from like being left behind and ignored and oblivion. Now, really, the rappers get all the attention. You know, seriously, does anybody else feel this way? Like ignorant Black people, they'll be all up, you know, getting all the headlines on the Shade Room.
Overly sexualized Black folks.
Like the twerkers and the, you know, just people that, you know, don't always represent the best of us, you know, the diversity, you know, like people like Dr. Vibe. Like, everybody should know about people like Dr. Vibe. Dr. Vibe he's trying to do good work for Black people. Dr. Vibe from Toronto. Good to see you, my brother. Dr. Vibe. Everybody follow Dr. Vibe. He has a great show. He's very good at what he does, and I have a lot of respect for him. The men who are also doing the same thing. I see Dr. Vibe in here. He's a great brother. Everybody should follow Dr. Vibe, by the way. He's a smart brother in Canada, and we need to follow smart people. So follow Dr. Vibe. If you see him in the chat, and Dr. Vibe, say your name in the chat so people can see you. I want you to click on his name, and I want you to go follow him, please, because I want these men and women that are doing the right things to get the support they deserve. Hey, Dr. Vibe, how you doing, brother? Again, like I always do, I gotta say everybody should go follow Dr. Vibe. He's got a great show. Dr. Vibe, I know Dr. Vibe's got a kingdom because I see your channel. I see you pouring into that every day. Everybody should follow Dr. Vibe, by the way. Look him up, Dr. Vibe, V-I-B-E. He's a great friend of me and my wife, and I love this guy.
Okay, so let me hop into this. What's up, Dr. Vibe? How you doing? Everybody, if you see Dr. Vibe in the chat, everybody go follow the Dr. Vibe show. Dr. Vibe is a real smart brother and a good human being. I like the guy a lot, and he's very intelligent. And I think everyone should pay attention to what he's got going on. We got to shine the spotlight on the intelligent Black people out here that are really doing the good work. Don't just pay attention to the rappers and the celebrities. You know, a lot of these people are losers. Your true winners are your people in your community that are really having your back. You know, helping us to have stronger families and a stronger community. So Dr. Vibe is in that category. So you might see the Dr. Vibe show in this chat. If you see him, please go follow him. Okay. All right. So anyway.
All right. Shout out, hail up always, Dr. Boyce and Dr. Alicia Watkins. Ryan, is your audio better now?
Yes, a little bit. So
good. Well, that's one of the, sometimes people tell me that break is a little bit long, but that 2 minutes came in handy for Ryan today.
Yes.
It came in very handy. So Matthias Daniel says, yes, sir. So I guess he's agreeing, saying from C. All right.
Yes, Center for Employment and Empowerment.
Yay, he got it. Well, this lady has not been with us for a while, and there's a lot she's got to catch up on. You know, she had a plant-based expo that rocked the house. She also did a retreat last weekend, which rocked the house. And, you know, we pushed her back because of restaurant week. Then the following Monday, last Monday, was a holiday here in Canada. So she's on a little bit later, but she's always great. She'll be back to her regular rotation next month. So she's on she's never, well, she's a few times still. But here she is. Carolyn Nichol, what's going on?
Hey, yes. Good to be here. Everybody can hear me okay?
Yeah, we're okay.
Awesome. Yes. I am on the drive from the country to the city, but I am not driving, so that's good.
Oh, very nice. It's about time you were chauffeured.
Right.
Good. What's been, there's so much you got to catch us up on. Plus, I know there are people here that got some questions because I'm not 100%. Seems to other people in the chat are not 100%. So first things first, let's go back. I know it seems like a year ago, but how was your plant-based expo?
Yeah, so that was just May 5th. It was so amazing. It was so well supported by the community. We had, I think, almost 300 attendees. The vendors felt so blessed to have so much support, and everybody that came just, I mean, it was phenomenal. It was such a good atmosphere. People were so supportive. They were giving like amazing feedback from all the vendors, and those vendors put like sweat and time and tears and everything into making sure that they could be there with all their products. And it was just, they all left feeling very, very supported, and it was just so good to do something so positive for the community. And the testimonies were phenomenal. I wasn't expecting the amount of testimonies that came out of it too. So we shared testimonies at intervals. So yeah, it was really good.
Excellent. Before we go any further, subscribe to the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube and hit the notification button. Also follow the Dr. Vibe Show on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. If you want to advertise your business, product, or service on any of the platforms that we're on, please email me dr.vibe at the drvibeshow.com, and also join the Discord group at dr.vibe at the drvibeshow.com. Also, if you want to try and keep up with Ryan Oneil Knight, those are all the places: website, LinkedIn, Instagram, and I got the Instagram right finally, email, etc. All right. So is there going to be another?
Yes,
Expo?
possibly two. It was
this year?
No, this year
Oh, good.
not.
Gotcha.
No, it took us a whole year to put this one together. So Leanne, who's been just key in planning the entire expo. So we are looking into possibly doing one in the West End as well as the East End. So just stay connected to the Energy Shack and we'll let you know when the next one is. But it was really amazing to see not just food, but hair care, skin care, clothing, like whatever you needed that was like right down to teddy bears, natural, plant-based, or environmental or sustainable. It was all in one place. It was really incredible.
Excellent. Want to catch up on the comments here because if we let them go too far, we'll miss out. So, JG Mars says, 4 years after George's video murder, American society is more conservative. All the so-called actions to correct racial injustice in law enforcement never materialized and was swept under the rug. Fitness IQ says, was an amazing expo. All right, Serena Wills. Good morning from the DMV area. And Serena's going to be on the show tomorrow night, May 28th, talking about Lyme disease at live at 7 p.m. where you're watching it now. So we're caught up. Oh, no. Also, Serena says, waiting for the expo tour to hit here in the U.S. Hint, hint.
Okay. Yes.
And then Ryan Allard says, hello, Carolyn Nicol. Great to see you back on the show. All right. Good stuff. You also did a retreat. Tell us about the most recent retreat.
Yeah, those are ongoing. Yeah, the retreat was amazing. It was the first time we had done it in May at the resort. So kayaking, canoeing. I mean, it was exceptional. So our next one, although I was saying that I just have this love for these winter retreats. I don't know. There's something about this cold weather and getting out and learning how to enjoy Canadian weather. But anyway, the next one is in November. So make sure there's a 7-day and a 4-day in November. So we get the summer break, and it was very life-changing. We saw people just leave changed with their health, blood sugar down, digestion resolved, sleep issues resolved in 4 days. It was amazing.
How often do you typically do the retreats? Is it twice a year?
So we generally, we do a lot more than that. We'll have one in November, then February, then March, then April, and sometimes there's 2 a month.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
All right, so let's get to today's conversation topic: how not to lose your health on vacation. And a lot of people, like myself, are losing my health.
You're not.
Yes.
So tell us, what can we do?
Yeah, so first of all, just so you know, getting a cold or having a virus is not a bad sign. That gives your body an opportunity to make natural antibiotics, to help antigens and just to help your immune system get stronger. It's, as I was hearing you guys talk about, it's the prolonged, cold that doesn't go away or taking you down so you can't function. That's a sign of a weak immune system, or getting sick regularly. It seems like every other month you're fighting something again. But to have a cold here or there is actually quite healthy because it gives your body the opportunity to produce natural antibodies. So not such a bad thing as long as it's not, making you sick in bed. Right.
All right, good stuff.
Okay, so don't feel so bad.
Frequency Event Promotion says, hi, Carolyn. Great Vegan Expo. Thanks for the invite. Looking forward to next year's.
Yeah,
There we go.
was fantastic.
Yeah.
So
Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, here's the reality is that summer's creeping upon us. And as you know, I do in my day-to-day job, I'm doing consultations all the time, and I'm starting to hear it again. It happens every time this year. Oh, maybe I'll get started in September. I'll do my detox when summer's over. Too many barbecues. I've got a vacation coming up. So here's the thing is that summertime, vacation time, it just means an absence from your regular, absence from your day-to-day, but it should not mean an absence from your health. It doesn't even necessarily mean it's an absence from your routine. It's a change of scenery. It's a time to deflate, relax. But too many times we use it as an opportunity of, oh yeah, like I don't usually drink, but when I'm on vacation, I do. I don't usually have dessert, but when I'm on vacation, I do. You know, so, and you don't come back feeling good. So really, I mean, how many vacations do you need before you're going to make the decision that I have to do something different this time? And I want to give you 7 keys as quickly as I can. But, you know, I don't want to breeze over them. So if we have to do part 1 and part 2, that's okay.
100%. 100%. Yeah. No. Your health is your wealth, and your wealth is your health. So you take your time, you're being chauffeured, put your feet up,
right.
Do one at a time and enjoy it. So start us off. And again, especially if you're watching live, if you have any questions about health, doesn't necessarily have to be the summer thing. Please put them in the chat. Also, I sent in most of the platforms, you can also email Carolyn also too. Just make sure you mention the morning vibe. So Carolyn, start off with number 1 of your Super 7.
Number 1 of Super 7 is get active, be active. Vacations don't have to be about just sitting in the sun and doing nothing. Right. So do a little bit of planning, but make a point that on your vacation, most resorts, most hotels, even if you're going to see a family member, but they have a gym. Make use of it. I feel like when I'm on vacation or when I hit a hotel, I'm like one of the only people that are choosing to use the gym. So it's great if you're going somewhere sunny, you can go out for a walk, but make use of the local gym and plan your excursions, not just around, you know, a bus tour of sightseeing, but do something active. And you can do that for all levels. So plan your vacation around being active. Go for walks on the beach instead of sitting on the beach. So definitely stay active while you're on vacation.
All right, I want to jump in on that immediately because when I go on vacation, I agree with you. I like using, as long as it's kept well, the gym on a resort. And it's Absolutely. Funny, I don't see that many people using a gym on a resort. So I make sure that I work out, try to keep some sort of physical activity going on vacation. But another question here, how much is too much sun?
Yeah, so how much is too much sun? The reality is that we should all be getting at least 1 hour of sunshine every day, but the time of day that you get sunshine is what's important. So if you are out between 11 a.m. and like 3 p.m., that's when the sun is the hottest and the most dangerous. Cover up. You will get the most vitamin D when you're out before 10 o'clock or after 4. But truthfully, the most vitamin D for absorption into the body is when the sun begins to rise up until maximum 11 o'clock. After that, exposure to the sun can actually be detrimental.
Okay. Any times in the evening, that's okay? Like as it's setting?
Yeah, after 4 o'clock.
All right. Question for you. You talked about vitamin D. When I go to my doctor, he always says my vitamin D is low. Mm-hmm. And he always says, go buy, tablets from the store. Are there any herbal foods or remedies that you would suggest to boost up low vitamin D, which I know a number of people have?
Yeah, so the problem with the vitamin D is that ultimately, besides the few fish products. You can't really get vitamin D from anywhere else except the sunshine. So if we just think about our day, are you seriously, Dr. Vibe, sitting outside every morning for an hour? You would have to be in order to get good vitamin D. Most of us are not. Most of our jobs are indoors now. And then also your skin type, because you have more melanin in your skin than mine, it's harder for you to absorb the vitamin D than it is for me. So that's the reality as well. But if we were all outside for an hour every day before 11 o'clock, even in North America, we would not have a vitamin D deficiency. So there's really no really good supplement, and you should not take supplements during the summer, because if your body is loaded with vitamin D, it will stop absorbing it from the sunshine because you've put too much in it. And it's always better to get it in its natural form. So you don't want to supplement in the summer if you don't have to, unless you're critically low. But during the winter months, if you have to supplement, but vitamin D is not a water-soluble vitamin. It's oil. It's a fatty vitamin. So with that being said, is it will store itself in your body. So if you get enough outdoor sunshine in the summer months, you should have enough reserve for the winter months. But we just don't get outside enough.
Gotcha. So my vitamin D tablets sitting on the shelf in my bathroom are of no use to me right now.
I wouldn't say they'd be no use, but they might be counterproductive. But if you're not going outside intentionally for an hour every day, you might have to take them. Mm-hmm. We have to take the time to get outside. I just can't tell you what lack of fresh air, sunshine, and inactivity are doing for humanity right now. So it's great to go on vacation and great to get that extra vitamin D, but if you're not active, it will work against you.
Any questions, Ryan?
Well, vitamin D is always a big topic, and talking about getting outside. So when you're outside in your car, is that the same as, because I know people will commute maybe half hour, an hour. Is that sun kind of coming in enough, or is it really walking around outside? Like, yeah, are they getting anything by being in the car, or should they actually make time to get out and walk around?
You know, again, I just appreciate you two because you're so different, but Dr. Vibe, you've got really great questions on a different side, but Ryan just, I don't know, there's something about his nutrition questions. They always hit.
Yeah, but you don't know, Carolyn, it's it's the oxtail.
Right. Listen, you're gonna get me in trouble. Listen,
yeah, well,
don't worry about what was happening in the last week with Five Blacks Restaurant Week. I will come back to the fast.
Yeah, no, it's a very good question that a lot of people don't really think about, but very important, because you cannot get vitamin D absorption through a glass. Oh. You can't. And not a lot of people think about that. They say, I sit by my window, or I drive in the car, or we have our elderly in nursing homes sitting by a big window, but it's not open and it's not allowed to be open. Right. And they're being suffocated, and no, they are not getting fresh. They are not getting sunshine. So you can stimulate the production of serotonin through a glass. So that means the sun is hitting your eyes and it's stimulating the production of serotonin. That can happen through a glass, but the vitamin D production doesn't happen unless the UV rays actually hit your skin. And it turns stored cholesterol into vitamin D. So it's another really good way, as long as you're not going out through the peak hours, to help to reduce your cholesterol.
Okay.
Wow, gotcha.
All right. Quiet. We got some comments here. Fitness IQ Cam says, great question, Ryan. My favorite place is my car. No, that's your first home. That's she has
right,
two
yeah, because I'm on the road a lot too. Yeah.
Her car and the house. She has two homes. Dr. Tashi is in the house. Good morning, Carolyn, Dr. Vibe, and hashtag Oxtail King. All right. Fitness IQ goes LOL. And she also says E. And she says backside. And then Serena Wills says, when I go outside, typically after 4 p.m., I start to feel so much better. We have to get outside. And then, hey, check this out. Pamela V Hi, Carolyn, listening from Jamaica. Great info. All right.
Yes.
Good
Nice.
stuff. Good stuff.
Okay, so
No, I have a feeling we may be bordering on a part 1 and part 2
I think
here.
so too.
I'm bordering on that because so this outside thing and this exercise thing, what you say 1 hour outside, how much exercise should we be getting?
So most statistics or most research will tell you that you need an hour of exercise. But here's what I have discovered in my experience, research, and all that I have learned over more than a decade of being in this practice is that 30 minutes of physical exercise with coupled by, and I know this is a lot of time, an hour walk every day should be everybody's goal. So that hour walk does not qualify as all the exercise you need. There needs to be some sort of get your heart rate up and engage your muscles in order to complete the true health needs that your body has through exercise. So, and we don't have to overdo it. So many times we're like booking this hour at the gym where, treadmill a bit, lift a few, let's stop wasting time. You can get a phenomenal workout in like 15 minutes if you do, that high intensity, 2 minutes hard cardio, then you do 3 sets of weight until your muscle can't do it anymore. Go back to cardio, do your weights till your muscles are exhausted, back to cardio, back to weights. And I know everybody listening is at a different level. You might be elderly or you might be immobile. So just do the exercise to your level. But also if you're able, then you should also go for an hour walk every day. And that's even in the winter.
Love that. Yeah.
They call it HIIT training, high intensity interval training. I remember those days.
Yes, but no need to go insanity level or P90X level. I'm still recovering from those days.
That you're showing some history there.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. No, I love walking on the treadmill.
And you gotta get the heart rate up. That's the thing.
But I also have a spin bike at home.
Gotcha.
So I love doing spin. It's just doing it consistently, but when I do it, I love doing spin. Spin is just amazing. All right, let's catch up on some people here. Dr. Chachi says, that's Serena Wills. Hey there. She also says, Dr. Chachi says, good morning all. Pamela V says, rebounding for 15 minutes is awesome. And then plus the walking, of course. Who's Pamela V? Talk to us, Carolyn. Who's Pamela V?
These are my secret agents all over the world, our Energy Shack followers that are just so awesome.
Your Energy Shack tribe, right?
They are our family. They're our tribe, yes.
All right. Also want to say a shout out to Michelle Baptiste, who's watching on Facebook, and also Cassandra London, who's watching on Facebook. Okay. Opal Inspire says, Carolyn, wouldn't say gardening is a great form of exercise and getting vitamin D. Is that
wonderful?
Gardening?
But it can't be the only form of exercise. So gardening is fantastic. Again, if you're out in the heat of the day, stay covered up. So you're going to get fresh air. You're going to have some movement, but you're not really getting your heart rate up. And if we don't engage our muscles, like by engaging our muscles, it strengthens your bone. It burns the toxins that build up through fat around the muscles. So we do have to have some sort of muscle engagement. It can be push-ups, it can be sit-ups, it can be resistance bands. You don't have to join a gym, but we do need to engage our muscles for healthy, strong bones and longevity. But gardening's excellent.
All right. Dr. Chachi says my favorites are kettlebell. Oh, wow. Zumba, dance, and Pilates. Where do you get time to do that, Dr. Chachi?
Right. Commercial breaks.
Fitness IQ Cam says, let me go tell me dad. And also Trev127 says, good morning, Carolyn. We lost her. Lydie here from Atlanta, GA. So as you can see, family, Carolyn has a global audience, a global following. We have people here, GTA, Toronto area. We've got people from Jamaica. We've got people from Atlanta. So she don't play. Okay, are you back with us? Okay.
I'm back. Yes.
Okay, Trev1 says, good morning, Carolyn. Lydia here from Atlanta, GA.
Wow. Good
What?
morning, Trev. Look at my
right.
family.
All right. And also Serena Will says, hey, Soror Tachi. So yeah, the exercise thing though, it's not an easy thing to fit in though, because many of us have very positive, productive schedules.
We have to do it. Yeah,
okay.
It doesn't look good at 70. You have to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll wish you did it when you were in your 30s, 40s, and 50s. Why?
100%.
Why have regrets? Do it now.
100%. 100%. All right, let's see if we can get to at least 3 today. So
okay.
what's number 2? And everyone else, again, please ask questions. Okay, hold on. Here's another question. Wayne Harris says, what about red light therapy?
Again, that is good, and it definitely has its benefits, but I mean, I would imagine he's talking more so for the vitamin D, which is good, but nothing beats sunshine. It's just like, what about supplements and what about this product? Those all have their place, but nothing beats getting outside, fresh air, exercise, sunshine. I know we don't have time for it. It's easier to sit under a red light or take a tablet, but we all need to live a little bit more disciplined lives.
Okay. All right. You see, we may not even get past 2 at this rate. So let's get to number 2.
So number 2 is planning. So with that being said, is that if you have, if for instance, if you're on my program, I'm asking you to stay plant-based for maybe a month or 2 before you go on vacation. And if you've noticed that feels good for you, then before you go, check the restaurants in the area. Does your hotel room have a kitchen? Does it have a fridge? So maybe you're going to take some of your gluten-free granola with you. Is there a local grocery store? Mostly when I go on vacation, I always try to get like a villa, so there's at least a kitchenette. I don't want to buy all my meals. I mean, never mind, it's expensive. But number 2, no one's going to make the food that I actually want to eat. So yes, I may go out, but that's not going to be my main staple of food for the entire trip. At the very least, have breakfast in your room. So you're not always jumping towards hash browns and eggs or bacon. Maybe that's one of your breakfasts, but just, hit a grocery store, plan to hit a grocery store, buy some local fruits, maybe get some salad stuff, bring your almonds or your walnuts, bring your gluten-free granola. Maybe you're going to bring some of even your gluten-free bread. I would go that far. So just, do some planning, find out what restaurants are in the area, find out the closest grocery store. And if you have a kitchen, even in your hotel room, just that small refrigerator, take all the alcohol out of it and just use it for some fresh fruits and vegetables.
Nice. And while you're on vacation, you might get access to fruits and vegetables that you might not get at home and from the source.
100%.
So you know what's really funny, Carolyn?
What is funny, Dr. Vibe?
Hashtag Oxtail King has all these great thoughts.
No.
Whatever.
But the man still eats oxtail.
Hey, I have not been banned from oxtail just yet. If my cheat days, I can eat whatever I want, is what I've been told. So,
all right, Pamela. Okay, Pamela V says, muscle, no age. Keep working them. We have a better quality of life. Pamela, you're driving the show this morning, young lady.
Yeah.
She is driving the show. So let me ask you something. The last time I went on a vacation to a resort, the main dining room, the food was out of bounds, like all over the place.
Funny. That's my next point.
Stay there. All right. No, so planning. So let me just think here. So when you go to a resort, plan ahead, see if there's any stores in the area where you can buy food fresh.
If you can, right? Like, I mean, so if you're going to an all-inclusive and there's going to be there's going to be a buffet of fruits, you may not need to do that. But many times we're going on vacation, maybe we're going to a cottage, or maybe we're spending a weekend in Montreal or just a province over. Maybe we're going to be at a place, we'll be at a hotel for a week. So if you're not, vacations aren't always all-inclusive resorts. That's a different story, which I'll talk about next. But if you're at a place where fresh food is not available to you every day, plan where are you going to get your breakfast? Because you don't want to be doing restaurant for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like, you're just going to come back a mess.
Wow.
And then detox and, pay for another consultation with Carolyn, fix this problem.
So okay, here, and not related to this question, but the health challenge I'm going through right now, would it be a good idea, yes or no, to do a detox during this time?
So no, while your body's fighting a cold, I mean, there's an age-old saying that they say is really a wives' tale, that starve a fever and feed a cold, but there's so much truth to that, because I find that it's very difficult to fast while your body's fighting a cold. It wants more nutrients, it wants warm soups, but when you have a fever, your body doesn't want to digest food, it's too hot. So once the cold is past, it'd be a great time, especially if you're on antibiotics, to do a detox.
You're going to be hearing from me soon. All right, Serena Will goes, when I go away and staying in a hotel, I make sure they have a fridge and check out the stores. With all my dietary restrictions, it's easier for me. And finding restaurants that truly know gluten-free. And then she also says, GF is gluten-free. It's important to tell restaurants if you have dietary restrictions, and if they look at you sideways because you don't know what you're talking about, then please don't eat there.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay. So, Ryan, you got any questions? I'm thinking about something right now. Anything you want to add?
Not for the planning part. That's pretty straightforward.
Okay. All right. Number 3.
Number 3 is, you know what? All-inclusive could really mean like all detriment to your life. So just because you're paying an all-inclusive fee, it doesn't mean you have to drink and eat your weight in food. And a lot of times we're like, I spent $45 a day or $85 a day for all-inclusive. I'm going to get my alcohol worth. I'm going to get my food worth. Why? Like, who are you benefiting? Like, what is that doing for you after you come back? So all-inclusive does not mean that you truly have to eat every single thing and drink every single thing. And just on that whole thing of alcohol, I mean, I just because I'm not a drinker, it doesn't mean I don't understand the concept of drinking, but it's really not good for us. So to spend a whole week of drinking alcohol is going to do so much damage to your organs. It's going to dehydrate you. You're in a hot place, most likely. I mean, it's just at the end of the day of zero benefit. Nobody ever really feels good in the morning after a whole day of drinking, but yet we do it over again. So, even though it's all-inclusive, both my husband and I do not drink a lick of alcohol. We go to all-inclusives, and we are okay that we spent all this money on all-inclusive and we're not having anything to drink. We are happy to raid the salad bar, the fruit bar, and, choose healthy options and just say that this was just part of the cost of vacationing. So just don't get sucked into that. All-inclusive means I have to eat all my weight in food and alcohol because this is what I paid for, because that's just, it doesn't leave you feeling good in the end.
Question from Frequency Event Promotions. Curious, what is a good breakfast for you in the morning, Carolyn?
Oh, really? I don't necessarily like sharing how I eat through the day because I feel like, a lot of people do listen to me and I don't want to confuse people, but I'll share it anyways. I switch my day around. So in the morning, I have a whopping big salad. I don't have my fruits as the regular breakfast goes. My day just gets too busy. So I do big salad in the morning, and then in the afternoon, I do my fruits. So, you know, whatever is in my fridge is going in my salad. I do a healthy dressing, nuts, seeds, little bit of avocado sometimes. But yes, big salad for breakfast and fruits in the afternoon. Now, when I'm on vacation, I don't do that. I usually switch it around because the resort is serving fruits in the morning and not salad. So that's okay.
Good stuff. Good stuff. I got more comments here, as always, when Carolyn's on. Ryan said, all inclusives are great for anyone with the self-control to make healthy choices.
Isn't it all about that? Doesn't it all come down to that, is self-control?
Yes. Self-control and self-discipline, right? 100%. Pamela V goes, I agree with Ryan. Fitness IQ Cam goes, interesting. And Pamela V goes, what your nuts and grains? I don't know what she means by that, but maybe she's saying, what are your
my nuts and grains?
Yes.
So when you're choosing your nuts, honestly, remember that nuts, if you look at the nuts that we get today, they are without shells. Very rarely do we ever see shells anymore. So remember that originally they are designed and they're grown in a shell. So you want to look, when you're having nuts, number one, don't overeat them. Eat as many as you think you could unshell sitting, which is not a lot. Imagine how many pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, walnuts, almonds you could actually shell through. You wouldn't be able to eat a lot. So never eat more than a couple tablespoons of nuts or seeds in a sitting. And peanuts are almost a never. Peanuts are highly inflammatory. The way that they're grown, they just sap up all the pesticides. They're thin, very thin membranes on the skins when they're growing. So they're just, they are not food for human beings. I mean, maybe in very small quantities. Peanuts, cashews aren't really actually a nut. It's more of a fruit. And if you look at a cashew tree, like you'll have a full tree with all these blooms, and you pick up one bloom and there's one cashew there. Like we were never designed to eat more than maybe 1 or 2 cashews a day, maybe. And if you look at a cashew, it has a lot of lectins. It can create a lot of inflammation if you eat too many. So never roasted, never salted, and steer away from cashews and peanuts. Cashews moderately, peanuts almost never, and just a couple tablespoons a day. And as far as grains go, I recommend gluten-free grains to avoid your spelt, your wheat, your farro, barley limited, because they're just so genetically modified. Corn, so genetically modified. You know, stick with your quinoa, your buckwheat, your millet, gluten-free oats if you have to, but even oats are being contaminated today. Eat lots of vegetables and fruits, and look for them when you're on vacation.
All right. More. Pamela V is on fire. Do you include nuts and grains in your breakfast or other meals?
So, see, I don't like talking about me because I don't want it to be the standard for everybody, but I'll do it anyways. Okay, so yes, in my salad, there's a couple tablespoons of nuts or seeds. And with my fruits, I might again have some more nuts or seeds. I try to do like more seeds in my salads, and then I do the nuts with my fruits. I just don't eat a lot of grains. I'm more of a raw food eater, to be honest. I have very limited cooked foods. So I'm not asking the world to be that way, but that's what works for my body. So I don't really I sprout my beans rather than eating cooked beans. And my grains are really limited to maybe a slice of gluten-free bread here or there, but I just don't eat a lot of grains. But I do encourage my clients to eat their grains, nuts, beans, seeds.
All right. Dr. Chachi says the peanuts in Nigeria are phenomenal.
Maybe you haven't been there.
Yeah. Frequency Event Promotion says, made a salad with spinach, blueberries, strawberries, yellow pepper, potatoes, and curry,
We're in trouble.
got the pick. Man, oh man, felt like we would beat Usain Bolt and the Flash. Hashtag salads work. You have some feedback on it, so give it.
I do. And you know what? I want to tell you, Christopher, that God bless you for eating salads and making those changes. I really love that. Just don't mix your fruits and vegetables. Unfortunately, I know it's the fruits that sometimes help the greens go down, but it's not good for digestion to add fruits into your vegetables. They digest very differently, and they're high in fructose, so that will turn rancid real quickly in the stomach because the vegetables haven't digested yet. So try to be a big boy and eat your greens without sweetening them with fruits.
Love it.
Yes.
Love it. JJ Marr says, what's your opinion on sea salt?
That's a great question. Should I answer that right now?
Yes, please.
Okay. So here's the thing is that salt is not the enemy. Even if you have high blood pressure, salt is not the enemy. Iodized salt.
Oh, no, hold on. That is interesting because a lot of people say salt is the enemy of. We want your take on that. Okay, you got this is a tweetable moment, so let's hear it.
Yeah, my high blood pressure clients don't hear me tell them to be low sodium or take salt out of their diet. Salt is not the problem for high blood pressure. It's mostly a saturated fat issue, a lack of hydration issue. So if you are following the program that I recommend, which is a big salad before your cooked food, there's not going to be a lot of sodium in your diet in the first place. That's the truth. So that's number one. Number two, just addressing the salt issue, is that sea salt is better, but whenever you see your salt being white, that's not originally the color. So salt has it could have a pink color to it or a beige color to it, but it's not white. If you have white salt, it's been bleached. If you're constantly eating bleached salt, it will bleach your palate. So you will lose your taste buds, and that's why you need more salt and more salt. So the cleaner you eat, the better. I don't think you should throw salt on every single thing and overdo salt, but when I'm asking someone to eat, there's no processed food. It's clean food. Your cooked portion's not that big anyway. So you're not getting a ton of salt in your diet on my program anyway. But salt is necessary. I've had 3 clients over the decade that I've been working that have no salt in their diet. And I put them through this body scan that we use at the Aldunamis Clinic. And if you want to know more, just reach out to me, because it's an amazing scan found locally in Scarborough. But all 3 of those people did not have enough water in their interstitial fluids, because you need sodium as electrolytes to pull water into your cells. So many times people with low sodium diets pee so much because they're not getting the sodium, they're not getting the water that they're drinking in their cells because there's no salt in their diet. And you need those electrolytes. So I don't recommend bleached salt, but a healthy Himalayan salt or black salt or Celtic salt, those are good options. But I don't recommend no salt. That's not healthy.
So Carolyn, where can we, I've learned a lot just in what you just shared. Where can I get, no offense, non-white salt?
Here's the thing is that when I started making these choices, I was 17. I'm 49. So we're talking like more than 30 years ago. And it was near impossible to, even though I knew all these things, it was so hard to find them. Today, it's everywhere. You can go to your regular grocery store and they've got pink sea salt right there. So again, you don't need a lot of it, but yeah, you can find sea salt there. Now, here's the only trouble with our sea salts today is that they're not iodized. So not that that's a problem, because you can get iodine from other vegetables, but some people are low in iodine, and those with thyroid issues, I have sometimes told them just go with the regular sea salt because you're not getting enough iodine in the regular salt because you're not getting enough iodine in your diet. So if you're eating a good array of fruits and vegetables, you should get enough iodine. but iodine's added to table salt. That's the only small benefit, but because it's bleached, because it's processed, it's actually not good for you. But you can get it at any regular grocery store.
Okay. I'm going out in the next 2 days. When I buy it, I'm going to take a picture. I'm going to send it to you.
And I will answer.
No, I'm going to send it to you. Or I may even call you and say, is this the right brand? I may call you live in real time. All right. Next up. Questions are flying all around the place now. What Serena Wills has, what about macadamia nuts?
Awesome. Small quantities.
Pamela V says, great info. I got it. Frequency event promotions goes hashtag darn it.
You're so close. You're so close.
Keep going. Keep pushing.
Well, look, you're closer to the target than Oxtail King. So
yeah, agreed.
All right.
There was salad beside my oxtail. By the way.
Well, that would help. That would help. Dr. Chachi says,
awesome.
Dr. Chachi says, I use Himalayan pink salt. And then Serena says, and you may have, what's the difference between pink Himalaya salt versus white sea salt? I think you've answered that, correct?
The bleach.
All right. Dr. Chachi says, yes. Dr. Chachi says, I love Celtic salt too. And then Frequency Event Promotion says, usually I don't cook with salt, but you're right. I heard Celtic salt, pink salt is good for you, but you might pay a bit more in price. Serena Will says, me too, Dr. Tachi. It's hard to find it around here, but I have to get it from Whole Foods. All right. Raymond McMillan, good to have you. Very insightful, informative session as usual. Particularly found the bit about mixing fruit and vegetables in a salad very informative. Guess I need to correct that. All right.
Gotcha.
So that's a good thing. She's changing lives in real time, family. Gotta love that. Frequency Event Promotions. Carolyn, what is your take on whole wheat bread? Main reason they say more fruits and fiber? I don't get that part, but what's your take on whole wheat bread?
So I'll answer that right now, and then maybe we will reserve the last four for our June session.
Okay.
Because people will still be vacationing. But one thing that I want to tell people is that being healthy should not be costly. So there's a lot of chatter about this Celtic salt, it's very costly. It's not necessary. And I know a lot of people, because a great video went around about adding salt to your water so that the water gets into your cells. Just for those that have heard that, that's only good for some people, and that's not a blanket statement for all health issues. That can actually create more detriment. So Celtic salt is great, but you don't have to have Celtic salt. You can just use a pink Himalayan salt, which doesn't cost that much more than your regular sea salt. So I'm just saying that if it's super expensive and you have to go far and wide to find it, most likely you don't need it. And most likely it's not necessarily worth the money. Is that good?
Yeah, no, that's good. No, and one of the things I did find out from you, and you educated me, it's eating healthy is not expensive. I had this thought in my mind,
right,
that eating healthy was expensive, and it's not. It's not. The expensive part is changing your mindset.
Yeah, it takes planning and it takes discipline. It takes discipline and a lot of planning to chop a fresh salad every day and not eat on the fly and not call your Uber Eats real quick. Like that takes some planning and it takes some discipline for sure.
Look, one of the joys I get, and this is through Carolyn, is even making a plain salad. I chop up lettuce, I chop up tomatoes, make my lemon vinaigrette dressing, and within really six minutes, I have a healthy meal. And it's not complicated. And last I checked, romaine lettuce and tomatoes ain't that expensive.
No, not compared to salmon and oxtail.
Hey, got you. I got my girl. She's on my side. I got my girl on. And then the lemon juice, you can buy a bottle of lemon juice for like 99 cents, and you get your salt. And even if you don't have a blender, you can even put it in a cup and blend it in a cup. You're good to go. You're good to go. Not expensive. Like really, if you have all the ingredients within 7 minutes maximum, really, you have a healthy meal. And it's filling.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So I'll just address the whole wheat. Unfortunately, Christopher, and again, I just love that you are trying and that you are trying to make inroads, but wheat is so genetically modified. I think we talked about it on one of the last shows that unfortunately, you know, in the 80s, whole wheat was definitely a better option, but we've genetically modified it so much to the point where wheat is not recognized as food in the human body anymore. So flours that are healthy to make out of bread would be millet or brown rice or teff, sorghum, buckwheat. Like, these are healthy flours. So I'd recommend going with a healthy gluten-free bread. At the bakery that Energy Shack shares space with, they have the best gluten-free bread. I haven't been all around the world, but a lot of places around the world, and they make it the best with ingredients I can read. So, you know, the gluten-free bread in the grocery store is mostly starches, potato flour, white rice flour. That's not healthy for you either. But to be honest, if we just ate whole foods, we don't really need a lot of bread. You know, cook a sweet potato, have some chickpeas, you know, make some brown rice if you need some more carbs. We don't need all this processed food and bread, but I know it's nice to have toast, but try to go with a healthier gluten-free option. But whole wheat bread is full of fibers that will actually create more of a congestion than a bowel movement in your system.
I will admit, when I was in full mode, I would get up every morning, have my fruit, and then also have the gluten-free bread that Carolyn's talking about that's made at that place with some almond butter. I was good to go.
Dreamy.
That and again, I've gotten off a little bit, but that was, and it was good. It was so good. Leslie McEwen says most of us are good, but any tips for people experiencing good question. Any tips for people experiencing food insecurity? You know what, Carolyn? That may be a show. I'm just saying, I think that may be a show in itself, talking about healthy eating and food insecurity. Because just for everyone, she'll tell you a little bit later on, Carolyn is traveling to Cuba in the next few months. And it'd be interesting to see what sort of diet, because they probably have worse food insecurities than we have here.
It's
real. But, you know, we touch on it a little bit here, but I think that's a future conversation topic, because food insecurity is a very, very big topic here in Canada right now. But if you want to touch on it lightly, I'd like to hear your thoughts.
Well, what I would say is, especially if you are in Canada or any country where you can do your own growing, like, there is just so much to be said for growing your own vegetables. And even if you're in an apartment building or condo, there are a lot. I can send you can reach out to me. I have a girlfriend in Georgia who has an entire video collection she's made herself. She's growing rice on her balcony and tomatoes on her balcony and like grains and beans. Like, she's got a whole garden just on her balcony. So growing your own food is is a fantastic idea. The reality is that we still today can get our fruits and vegetables. I don't believe in storing and canning and saving up for times of crisis. I believe in, you know, doing the best you can with what you have. And if there was grocery stores were closed today, I could probably live for 2 months with the beans that I have left. But we have to do one on food insecurities in the sense of there's simple things you can do, like make your own sauerkraut, which literally does not need a refrigerator all year long. You can leave it out. You could grow so many healthy sprouts from 1 tablespoon of beans that could feed a family for a week. So there are really simple things we can do with the basic food supplies that we have, but we've got to learn these things. So I would say grow your own when you can. Don't need to stock up like crazy. I'm a person of faith, so it's not that I walk blindly, but I believe that, you know, my food and water shall always be sure, says the good Lord to me.
No, I think this is really good. I definitely, we need to do in the next few months.
Yeah,
Maybe
I agree.
I think it's a very important and very relevant topic. So maybe part 2 of this next month, and maybe when you come back from Cuba, talk about food insecurity and that'd be a good topic. All right, some more comments here. Frequency of air promotion goes, there goes the bread off the table down there.
Right, yes.
Falling off the table with his fruit
Yeah,
salad.
he also says, can't lie, though I'm with Ryan, love oxtail board, just not eating too much of it. And then this is an interesting, I've never heard of this product before. Pimp barbecue sauce asks, do you deal with farmers directly or do you buy your food at the grocery store?
Myself, I do, now that I live up north, I do use a local grocery store, but I still stock up at the Energy Shack. We get all of our stuff wholesale from organic wholesale suppliers, so I definitely order extra stuff from there so that I can take my groceries home as well. Yes.
Nice.
Ryan, you're too quiet today.
No, I know. Are we gonna do number 4 or the same?
No, we're not.
You know what? I think we're just gonna leave it, but I'd love to just summarize to give people a little bit of. Can I do that?
Hey, it's your show. We're just steering the ship. You're driving the ship. You've got people in Jamaica.
Know.
You got people in Georgia. You got people everywhere. So we're in the audience.
Yeah. Well, the family's so good. You guys are great to talk with. So, just in summary, for those, we'll do part 2. That'll be the other half in June show. But just in summary, if you're going on vacation, number 1, it does not mean, like, try to get it out of your mind, like, oh yeah, it's dessert time, oh yeah, it's drinking time, oh yeah, it's eating time. No, it is gonna be, oh yeah, it's gonna be an opportunity to get more exercise in, more walks in. They'll have a buffet there. I'm gonna like eat my vegetables like crazy, you know, just because there's so much alcohol everywhere. Swap your pina colada for water. You know, just don't go into the mentality of vacation that you're going to be completely off your routine. Still do your evening walks. Still hit the gym. You know, of course, you're going to have your dinners here, there, and a few off days, but don't use your vacation to be completely off your game, because it's just going to be like, you know, 10 step backwards, and it's going to just take you that much longer to come back. And you're going to come back to digestion issues, a bigger belly, you're not fitting in your clothes, and vacation's over. So like, it's just not worth it. So make your vacation count. Come back for your vacation with people like, wow, where did you go? You look so good, right? Like, yes, yeah. That was worth you spending your money and time.
True.
100%. Well, before we let her go, because she's always on the move, there's the website information, EnergyShackJuiceBar.com, email address info@EnergyShackJuiceBar.com, phone number 647-637-6755, Facebook and YouTube, Energy Shack Juice Bar, and Instagram at The Energy Shack Juice Bar. If you have any other questions for Carolyn, email her info@Energy Shack Juice Bar, and tell her you saw on the Morning Vibe. And this is all in your comments section on most of the platforms you're watching this. Also, if you want to get a consultation for $49, an investment.
Yes,
An investment.
Instead of $110, do it.
Exactly. Email Carolyn at the info@Energy Shack Juice, info at Energy Shack Juice Bar. I did get it out eventually to get that out. And that's a wrap. So, Carolyn, what's up for the next? She will actually be back on June 10th. So mark your calendars for now. That's not that far away. We're going to do part 2 of this. So just an FYI, part 2 of this. And looking for it. And make sure you have your questions ready and armed. Any last things you want to share with us, Carolyn, before we let you continue on your chauffeuring?
I just want to say that vacations are healthy, but you don't always also have to go very far. You can just, you know, totally, whether you're just going away for a weekend or even staying at home, just remember that getting away from screens is also an extremely healthy thing to do. while you're on vacation. We need to sometimes just unplug as well, read a book, get to bed early, spend some quiet time. That is also just as healthy as eating your salads.
Awesome.
Wonderful. Thank you again.
Oh,
How long are you back in Toronto for this time?
8 hours.
That's it?
Wow.
I really love my country home. I
8
love
hours.
my people here and all my family, but just touching base. I actually have Energy Shack is still in the old-fashioned business. I have an in-home visit with a client that needs some help, so I came down to just do some natural remedies with her, some home care.
Commendable. Thank you. Well, as always, to you, your family, the team, don't just manage your time, manage your energy. Remember to give yourself grace. And I'm off for my different color sea salt and to try your. Actually, Carolyn gave a remedy for holistic penicillin.
100%.
It works. And the thing is, if you're a member of the Discord group, I'll be putting it in there.
Please share.
Nice.
Take care, Colin. Be well.
All right.
And
God bless you guys. Thanks for having me.
And blessings for the chauffeur.
All right. Take care.
Bye-bye. All right, family. Another great visit from Carolyn Nichol. She was rocking the house as per usual. It was great. So, Ryan, you were so quiet.
Yeah, I'm learning.
Oh! Okay. All right.
Really good.
Okay. So, frequency of event promotions. What? Bought some runners yesterday. I'm working on my Tyson Beckford body from now.
All right.
Looking to start a men's running club. Dr. Vibe and Ryan would love you to join. Well, I don't know about running, maybe a walking club. I don't know about a running club. I don't know about my body and my knees and my back, but we could certainly take a look. But it's interesting. Ryan says this was so informative. Very excited for the next part. Thank you.
So that's June 10th, you said.
June 10th. Want to say shout out to some other people who gave a thumbs up. Ray McMillan, thank you for a thumbs up. Also, Brenda Elizabeth Williams, thank you for thumbs up on the conversation. Appreciate that. So what's coming up for you this week, Ryan?
This week, we are doing our full week of training for the Detailing Nights Youth Entrepreneurship Summer Program. So that is every evening, Monday to Friday, starting tonight. So Monday, May the 27th. We're doing a fundraiser on Friday with North Park Secondary School and their Black Diamonds Club. So if you live in Brampton and want to bring your car by, we're doing a car wash fundraiser then. But beyond that, it's goal time for the young potential entrepreneurs that are out there. So we'll see who doesn't quit. I always tell them it's not about how much money you make in the summer. It's about not quitting and getting to the end. That is the true success. So we'll see who sticks with it and shows some persistency and consistency and, build some grit. Yes. Nice. How about yourself? How's the week looking?
Well, it is a little bit very positive, productive. So today I have some work to do for the team because the health challenge set me back a little bit. So I'm focusing on getting that done today. I have 2 sessions with 2 different sets of entrepreneurs this week, tomorrow morning and Thursday evening. I'm actually, one of your places, Sheridan Colleges, I invited me to a virtual networking event.
Nice.
On Wednesday to maybe see if there's any new team members available. Then Wednesday evening, Centennial College has invited me to be a presenter for their Donnie Awards, which is their awards for their graduating students in their film and video program. And how can I forget tomorrow night, Serena Wills, 7 p.m. talking about Lyme disease. Can't miss that. So, and then Friday after I show up, I've been asked to lead periodically there's an organization that has me come in and do a strategy session for their organization. So
love it.
So gotta get the help back. That's why the Carolyn Remedy is going to happen today. There's some more comments. Frequency Event Promotion says great show. Also says, have a powerful, productive Dr. Week, Dr. Vibe. Well, we're going to have a positive, productive. Serena Wills, amazing show. Yeah, I still want the day where Serena Wills and Carolyn meet. It's over. After that, it just forget it.
Yes.
Mateus has a question for you. Do you do interior detailing too, like fabric car seats?
Yes, inside and out detailing.
Bam.
Yes.
Fitness IQ goes great convo. First lady of the night family, Sharon Knight, says, great show, very informative. Have an amazing week, everyone. Good to see you here. It's always. Also, Fitness IQ Ken goes, oh, of course, Sandy would call you. Well, you do stuff for them regularly. So what are you talking about? Let's see. Frequency of event promotions goes, Dr. Vibe, you're in demand. Does that mean yesterday's prices are not today's prices? Always.
Right.
Which is a very interesting conversation piece. Have had a number of conversations with entrepreneurs lately about pricing.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to be a very big challenging point for entrepreneurs when it comes to pricing. But one of the things I was taught by my major mentor, when you're ready, don't price on cost, price on value.
Right.
Two different mindsets. Because if you price on cost, many times you're not making money.
Right.
You're just covering that's a whole other conversation piece, but I price on value. So that's a whole different conversation. Mateus says this. On another note, C is hosting community conversations starting tomorrow over the next few weeks. Check out some times and themes around confronting anti-Black racism in the city. Okay, so Mateus, you know what I would like you to do? And then he says, please drop the date again, Ryan. I don't know what he means, what date that is that you share.
Oh, we're talking about the Youth Entrepreneur Program. That is starting this week.
Okay.
Today. So Monday, May 27th in the evening.
Okay. So Mateus, can you do me a favor? Can you drop this information? Let me just do it here. My email address is at the end of this lower third, dr.vibe at the dr.vibeshow.com. So I will also drop that in our Discord group.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to know that's the sort of thing we'd like to have in the Discord group. Also, you can watch replays of this epic conversation on the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube and Facebook, Afro Caribbean Business Network on Facebook and YouTube, Ryan Oneil Knight, YouTube and LinkedIn. And I think comments are coming in like crazy all of a sudden. All right. Frequency Event Promotion says it takes 8 hours to make a Honda Accord and it takes 6 months to make a Bentley, and they mail you the car to you once you're done. Pricing. All right. And Mateo says, I meant the Mayfield Detailing. I don't know what Mayfield Detailing is.
Oh, North Park Secondary School. That is Friday, May the 31st.
Okay.
I believe it's around lunch, like noon.
Okay, and Frequency of Information says, sorry, Rolls Royce. Okay. Leslie McEwen from Ottawa. Yes. Great show. Thank you for your continued support, and thank you for your wonderful family and your wonderful daughter. And then Matea says, I will send you the email today. Thank you. Appreciate that. 100%. All right. It's a wrap. This is part one is done. Part two of this is coming up on June 10th. On Friday, hopefully Ryan will be here if he's not somewhere doing on his tour. We're going to have a gentleman come on, talk about Black youth and mental health.
Right.
And then next Monday, we're going to have a chat about having a disability and the challenge it can be, especially if you're a person of color in the city of Toronto. And how much impact financially it is when you have a disability and being Black in Toronto. But I'm sure we can apply anywhere. So let's end it off here. Live your life as a dream. If you can dream it, you can make it. Sometimes you have to get small to get stronger. Block assumptions, then aim bigger, aim better, aim higher and wider. Love, faith, and respect. Remember to give yourself grace and don't just manage your time, manage your energy. God bless. Peace you well. Keep the faith. Walk good. Who had this last comment? Oh, Frequency of Event Promotions. Friday topic sounds good. Well, I think all our topics sound good, by the way. I'm just being a little biased.
Yes.
But we'll be back. Hit us up during the week and looking forward. And let's see if I can sound better by Friday.
Yeah, you did good.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Thanks, Ryan. And thanks, Maiden, for the great production help on today's conversation. Oh, the conversation did not stop. And the frequency of bet promotion says Fox. All right, we are done now. All right, take care. See you in the week, and on Friday, follow us wherever you can. Bye.